Check it out. We're cleaning up. We're organizing. I got tub stuffed in there. We have all our shipping boxes over there in the basement now. So things are looking great upstairs. And I just keep working and working. And at times, you've just been down here so long, you just forget, what's going on in the outside world. And thankfully, I got a newspaper that came in. Check this out. Fidel Castro has made the crime to have anyone with foreign currency in Cuba. Oh my God, that's crazy. And then, did you know about that? Astronauts? I mean, how long have I been down here working my ass off in these videos? 1961. Jeez, time is flying, people. I need to get out more clearly. She-Ra. Look at that artwork. You may not be a She-Ra fan, but I definitely think you want to be in that pool party. That's for sure. I like She-Ra toys. I collect a little bit of girl toys because She-Ra's an action figure line. Golden Girl's an action figure line. I do Care Bears because I had some as a kid. But that's kind of where I draw the line. There's some people I know who do strawberry shortcake, and I'm like, I just can't. The little PVCs are kind of neat and cute, but I just can't go that direction, man. So that being said, this is my Crystal Falls playset. $24.90 back in the that's pretty expensive. We had flooding in the old house, and thank God this house has 2 sub pumps. Crystal Falls has fallen to water damage, so this whole thing's got to go. It's a lovely set. It's a water pump action inside. Thankfully, it wasn't like a dead stock, unused, sealed piece, but it'll have to be replaced. And there's no reason to sit on it when you have that much damage to it. Just call it a day and get it out of here. In comparison to a lot of our toy lines, especially girl lines, didn't even get that much material produced for it. I gotta flip it over that way. My bad. And a classic background, just like the Castle Grayskull and Snake playset, where it's just a non-printed color backdrop, which is kind of, Mattel is cheap. Let's just put it that way. But still, yeah, I would like to have more of this stuff in nicer boxes. But when I was buying this stuff on my limited budget at the toy shows, and thankfully I was buying it back then, this may have cost me $20, so I'm not going to cry about it. But the Princess of Power line was a fantastic line. I'm glad it lasted up to, almost 3 years of production. That's really strong for an action figure line. Most toy lines in general, the companies already expect it just to last 1 year. That's it. They're kind of like, oh my God, we're going to go one more year. And they do prepare for the next year with prototypes and pre-production stuff that they're working on, because the process back in the 80s to create toys was a lot longer than it is right now. So yeah, She-Ra stuff's going up. People still care. Actually, there is now going to be, looks like, a live action She-Ra series being worked on right now. Holy crap, does She-Ra have legs? And it's continuing on in this world versus, let's say, GoBots or Zoids, right? Power Rangers just got canceled. Robotech is still moving on. Star Wars is still moving on. But when that Sky Commanders TV show comes out, then I know the world's a safe place. So yeah, bounce out, $20, $30, moving on. I would love to have one of those giant ranch houses that just has the basement matching 1-to-1 square footage. Oh my God. I saw one person's house years ago, and it was just a never-ending basement. It was just so glorious. And then there was one house that we were so close to getting. I mean, it was like a movie. So you go on these small steps to the basement, and you flip the switch on, and it's like kunk, 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 as all the lights are going on, just off in the distance. You're like, damn. I still quietly mourn not getting that house, because all this wouldn't have been a mess. All this would have fit in there perfectly. Everything would have been on display, and we'd be like crying. So we have the heroic gift set of Dynamite Jack Slater and his convertible. We actually found previously the 3-pack of action figures, and somewhere hiding here, we've already lost it. We lose everything after we go through it. We have the Evil Eye Benedict's car, and this is the Dynamite Jack Slater. So this is the mail-away set. No box artwork, very generic. You get a figure, you get the car. It's all dead mint inside. Wonderful piece. A lot of this stuff turned up as stock you could buy at discount places. So I remember actually visiting one like early 2000s, and they still had these Lax Action Hero sets for sale. Mail-away stuff usually is extremely desirable, but they're just out there in huge numbers. And Last Action Hero, though, was successful in its own right, the toy line is not really collected. It's this strange mid-90s to late 90s action figures based upon movies that just doesn't receive too much love. We have the Mattel lines like Last Action Hero, Demolition Man. I mean, sure, great movie, especially Demolition Man. Holy shit, Simon Phoenix. But there's no real value to the figures, like 10 to 15 bucks each. The entire second series for Last Action Hero was canceled, including the cat, which would have been... should have chose that one for the first series, in my opinion. People want something different and strange and unique, and you're just giving Jack Slater over and over again. That being said, I'm going to keep the piece because it's nice to have just a dead mint vehicle and a dead mint loose figure, and it's probably worth about 15, 20 bucks. There's still just tons of these out there, but that's just how it is. Like, you have the power of the 80s, and everyone's infatuated with it. It's their childhood because they sat in front of the TV during their entire childhood. And then you have the 90s, which is decent shows as well. Not as much of a grasp as it has on the 80s kids, but well collected. And once you get to like those late 90s, early 2000s, things just kind of separate from the attachment to toys as much. It's just how it is. So speaking of 90s Mattel stuff, we have, well, we're not going to get to that one yet. We have Deluxe Servo. So this is $9.99. That's a fair price. Wow, clearly this is dead stock unused. From the guitar, their band, I remember something like that now. It's been a while. Free, cool superhuman samurai, temporary tattoos. Oh my god. Again, stupid humor, but it's just like, you go to a bar, you have all the superhuman samurai, Cyber Squad tattoos on your arms, like 20 of them, like just really overkill, and you just keep flexing them and staring at them, and there's gonna be one girl out there, and she's gonna be like, are those superhuman samurai tattoos? Oh my god. So Bandai is very well known in Japan for producing the deluxe version of whatever series they're working on, mainly robot size, like say Power Rangers. And then they would always offer a more basic non-transforming action figures, and that's what we have here. Very fun piece, nothing really spectacular. I believe just the armor just fits onto the character as just battle armor, and that's about it. Most people want the deluxe stuff, so here's a deluxe Xenon package. They want the robots that transform. That's like pretty much anything and everything that has to transform. They're not as excited when there's a better one out there for the lesser 9-inch tall version. Probably going to say about 20, 25 bucks. That's about it. I'm going to let this one go. I don't have a severe passion for superhuman samurai. It's just like those, oh yeah, you remember. I just don't go to bed every night just like dreaming of being part of the team. Okay, I do. I actually do. I'm sorry. But yeah, fun stuff. And it's one of the lost Sentais. Let's put it that way from America. I mean, VR Troopers was more popular. Beetleborgs was more popular. People are just like, oh yeah, I remember. We have the Slum Pit. Oh my lord, it's the Slum Pit. That was cool. There's a lot of 2000X problems with the entire series when Mattel brought them out. They got their stuff going towards the end, and they made this killer Slime Pit playset with the Mutant Warrior action figure. Flap, flap. There's like a 2-day board meeting. It's like, what's the exact words we need to utilize for putting on the box? I don't like splat poof. I want splat plaff. What do you guys think? Nice artwork. Wonderful play set. And these things were so far towards the end that collectors were kind of bowing out of the series due to the problems of getting the key figures they want. Hence, Evil Lyn was a huge drama bomb right there. I remember going to the El Segundo Mattel store, and they already went through the employees and pulled all of the Evil Lyns out, and all the cases were just re-taped up and just all Skeletors. It was a joke. I think they didn't sell that well. $9.90 on clearance from $20, which is pretty fair retail piece, especially for a slime set. I like the original slime pit. It would be nice to have an updated version of the slime pit, but I gotta let stuff go, man. I gotta let stuff go. And it's a fun line, but yeah, I think I can let it go. I mean, I'm probably going to assume it's worth about $30, and that's it. Because when it was on blowout, everyone picked them up, and that's just how things are. And then now they're all sitting on them like, oh yeah, they're all sealed. So here we have the New Adventures of HeMan. Yeah, it doesn't work. It never works. It was very popular in Europe. And it was more successful there, in my opinion, from the toy sales and all the extra figures that they got released there that we didn't get in the US. I mean, it was still successful enough that it had a lot of episodes. The toy line continued on for a while. But as I said, like, nobody looks back at this He-Man favorably. No one's like, oh my God, let's not talk about that original 80s crap. Let's talk about the new adventures. No, you don't even, it's just a fun novelty series almost, I'd say, to collect, but there's no driving passion. At least that's my opinion. And I can be wrong. The Starship Eternia, that was a very creative play set. I do like that one. We got like piles of those. There's like 2 of those. I have 4 more upstairs. We got to get those out of here. Keep one. Got a box fort over there too. What is wrong with me? We need to get rid of this stuff. Oh my God. And a lot of the vehicles are uncommon. The shuttle pod was blown out. The Bola Jet was blown out. It's hard to find the Eternia. It's so hard to find the Terraclaw and the Astro Sub. The Power Sword just nobody cares about. But yeah, here's a dead stock sealed one. I'm just going to hold on to these. They're just fun to have. As I said, even resale value on these things, you're probably looking at like $20, 25, maybe a little bit more. But I just love the ideas like, okay, so you're going to fly in a spaceship in space with your helmet on and nothing else. But I mean, screw it, man. You're He-Man, so I mean, whatever. And then you're like, should I fire rockets? Should I fire lasers? Should I fire poison, ambidextrous hamsters? No, I'm going to fire 2 giant bola. Not little ones, not like a whole arsenal of bolas. We're just going to have one giant set of bolas, and then we're going to fire that at the enemy, and that's it. Like, the thought process behind the creation of this vehicle, it's so stupid. Again, it's a toy. It's a toy built around the concept of flinging a bola, which is a fun toy. And I'm just being a freaking weirdo about it. And speaking of being a weirdo, we have the Kabam! Remember that Kabam TV show from years ago? Yeah. The Thunder Punch. Electronic. Makes 4 sound. That's it. Kid size motion activated. Tell me more. Yeah. Caution. This toy is for sound effects only. Do not strike or swing at people, animals, or objects. So I can't swing it at objects. So no matter what I do, I'll be swinging it at something in my perimeter. That's pretty ballsy. You're pretty much telling me not to play with the toy at all. Just keep it sealed in the original box. I mean, that's probably why they didn't sell it all, because kids read that and are like, well, I can't play with that. I might as well just leave it in the box and leave the store. Screech! I like Screech. Where's Screech? Oh, there's no Screech. Kablam! Tweeze! Oomph! That's like the worst one. Oomph! It's uncommon. It really is a more uncommon. This is from the later series. You can see Sagittor here. The Doomcopter. Battlebird was released in the US, but it's very, very difficult to find. Mostly you'll find them in Europe. The Terror Punch accessory, I remember seeing that, and that could just be me being stupid. Of the series, when they got finally canceled, Mara and Darius were never produced. I believe Darius had a mechanical issue, and Mara maybe a mechanical issue too. They just killed it because they're just like, we know the line's going, And yeah, we just let it go, man. But they made those for the classics He-Man. I actually did pick up the Mara unproduced figure years ago when that stuff was popping up. Those were great times. What have we got in here? The original Transformers. So it's damaged, and we got a random robot in here. Look at that. How you doing, little buddy? A little sun faded? You put it on someone's shelf for a little while? I love these, like, it's these 80s robots that look so generic. And Japan was developing robots for decades. It's like everybody else, they started off these generic looking 1940s, 50s, just, you know, no legs, just arms, barely a face robots. And they developed what we have today, Transformers. Beautiful. All those Shogun warriors, which are known as Jumbo Machinders in Japan, all the 70s anime, Astro Boy going back further. Transformers comes out in the West. So people are like, oh my God, this is huge. We need to bring out more robot stuff. So robots are popular. So all these people in North America, mainly America, they just don't grasp all the process that has gone through to develop those Transformers. So like, this is the best all the toy designers could create in the US. It's just kind of cute in its own right, but kind of sad. And they run about $15-20. I mean, this has nothing to do with a specific toy line. It's just fun, cute, novelty robot stuff. The Transformer case with that original 84 back artwork. Hell yeah. They look so damn pissed off and serious in this artwork. I loved analyzing the murals back in the day when I was a kid. Trying to figure out who's that guy in that background. What's going on? Who's good? Who's bad? So I like Transformers a lot. I collect this stuff. I just don't know if I can store an entire jumbo collector case anymore. I got rid of the turtle cases. I got rid of so much of that stuff. Because again, I think we have a little too much in that condition, about 25-30. And now we're on to the Queen Hive. I was so excited when the Queen Hive came out when I was a kid. I loved the aliens so much. I still do. And then this figure came out. Because the first Alien Queen that was produced was more of a basic deluxe $10 action figure. That was neat. It was fun. But I was like a passionate Alien fan who was reading all the Dark Horse comics. I was like quietly pissed off. You're like, ugh, how dare you? And then this comes out. This faithful representation of the toy. I love the fact they included the ooze can. And then I love this too. Mother alien traps and oozes unsuspecting prey. Wait, what about the suspecting prey? What kind of challenge do we have if all of our prey is unsuspecting? Where are the suspecting prey? Where are the ones that want the challenge as well? You know, so I'm a little pissed off now. Absolutely clean, wonderful artwork. We never could figure out who this random figure character was. It was just more of the imagination of the artist versus an actual alien versus an actual Marine. Because we can't have the Marines lose, right? It's an ongoing battle. We just can't have them die off like an old Alien movie. But it is a wonderful toy. It was so faithful to the movie. $5.90. This is my actual childhood box. Look at that piece. That is stellar. That is so wonderful. The little hatchling pops out. The whip tail action. The oozing from the egg sack. Just the fact they had the balls to make an egg sack as a play feature. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. I wonder what crazy groups out there were screaming about this play set being a horrible, horrible toy for children. You know, nothing says Merry Christmas to a child by giving them an insectoid alien mother queen that wants to kill them and ooze them. Love it. Love it. This thing still has some value. It's not heavy value. If it was dead stock sealed, maybe about $100 a quarter. Open box, maybe about $75. We're definitely keeping it. I don't think I actually picked up a sealed one, which I regret now to this day. But I did pick up the original wax sculpt of that figure. And here's the back end of it. I haven't assembled it because it's so fragile. I need the space to properly display things. So we'll wrap up this episode with that. We're going to keep hitting these pieces here. We're going to definitely be hitting more vintage stuff, as I keep promising you. We just need to finish off this. We need to finish off this. And I was thinking that every time we hit a mark of, let's say, like we did for the 1,000 subscribers, I'm not sure if we should do 1,100 or should we do 1,200, etc. But then I'll do more of a killer Holy Grail episode and just showcase more amazing items. Let me know.